Hello, Anita. Good morning. How are you?
Hello, Miss. I'm
How are
great.
you today? Fine?
Yes, I'm fine.
That's amazing. Well, thank you very much for having classes at this time. The company of internet in my house, they had to come and fix something that was going on with the router, with the main one in my house. So they said that they were going to be at they compromised themselves to be at 6:30 a.m., but they got here 6:45. So I was very pissed off and they were changing everything and I knew that it wasn't going to be ready for the time. So therefore, we are having classes right now. But let's please continue. Well, remember that we are basically starting a new model today, A14. Nevertheless, there were just one activity that we missed on writing, and I would like you really to take on count of this because it is very important. Okay,
Okay.
so we are going to finish this. We did the transitions for giving examples.
Mm,
All right.
no.
Yeah, this is the one that we have to do. Please. So let's continue, and with this, we will be set up. And here, well, here are some examples of some transition words for giving examples. So when you're going to give an example in your paragraph, in your essay, you are going to, well, you can use in addition, additionally, you can use moreover, furthermore, and plus as well. But let's please remember what word transitions. Word transitions are words that help connect ideas in a paragraph. And when you are given many examples or ideas in the body of the paragraph, you should try to introduce each idea with a transition word. So you should not start a sentence with "and". There are many transitions that mean "also" or "and here we have them. These transitions are similar to "also". They are explained in detail below. Here, "also", "in addition", and "additionally". This is something that we have seen before. But again, no, this is explaining you on how you can start a paragraph, an essay in your essay, in order to avoid repetition with these common words, with these common connectors, and or also. In addition or additionally are used to give more information about something. When you write a formal essay, you should not start a sentence with the word "and". You can often use "in addition" or "additionally" instead of "and". I studied journalism in college. In addition, I had a part-time job at a newspaper. Here, the next one, please.
I joined the guitar club and the math club in school. Additionally, I went on a camping trip with the debate team.
Thank you. And here, furthermore and moreover. Well, these furthermore and moreover are also very formal and they are basically the same as in addition and additionally. We often use moreover and furthermore when we talk about our opinions. This is very important. Well, this is something that we review, right? Or no?
We did this.
No, this
Ah,
is the one that we didn't do it.
yes,
This is
transition.
transitions. I'm sorry.
I was like, I know I did this.
Yes, I was too. I was like, I explained this before. How come? Okay. I'm sorry. Well, transitions. So, more transitions. Well, when you write a formal essay, you should not start a sentence with "and", "but", or "so". You can also use the following transitions instead of "but". You can use "however", "nevertheless", "still", "despite that", nonetheless, even so. Note, you usually start a new sentence with these transitions. You can also put these after a semicolon. Okay, whenever you have semicolon, you can then put however, nevertheless, still. And when you start a sentence with these words, you need to put a comma after them. So even so, comma, nonetheless, comma, despite that, comma. Like the examples below. Please, can you read on these examples?
Yes, I'm a vegetarian. However, I sometimes eat fish. Tom
Yes.
said his English is terrible. Nevertheless, he got a perfect score on his English test. The next one to me.
Yes, please.
Okay, Pakistan is a dangerous country for travelers. Still, I want to go explore it someday. The
Mhm.
water in the city is not safe to drink. Despite that, Kim gives it to her dog to drink. Terry is afraid to speak in front of people. Nonetheless, she's giving a speech at the United Nations next week.
Very good. So as you can see, whenever we are using these transitions, that means but. After all of them, we're going to use a comma. Comma, still, comma, despite that, comma, nonetheless, comma. Always. And well, here, transitions. Brian goes to the church every Sunday. Even so, comma, he can be very rude. Please, can you read on the other examples?
Yes, the tornado destroyed the entire town. However, no one was killed. The doctor said that Benjamin needs to stop eating meat. Nevertheless, he still eats a hamburger every day for lunch. Joseph said that his father is rich. Still, he should get a job and learn to be responsible with money. School said that we can wear shorts. Despite that, Julie wore her new shorts and was told to go home. It has been raining for a week. Nonetheless, we're going to try to go camping this weekend.
Mhm.
Our guitarist is sick. Even so, we're going to perform without him tonight.
Yes. So again, no, we are reviewing on transitions and we are seeing the specific use. No? And after these transitions, always use a comma. Here, transitions review. However, nevertheless, still, despite that, nonetheless, even so. So rewrite these sentences using the transitions word above, these ones.
Mhm.
Remember, you should either start a new sentence with these transition words or use a semicolon. Brian is sick, but he came to school today. Please rewrite these statements using these transition words.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. So could you please read on your statements, Anita?
Yes. Uh, Only the rewritten sentence or
Yes,
both
please.
of them? Okay.
Yes.
Brian is sick. Despite that, he came to school today. I can help you with your homework. Nonetheless, I know someone who can.
Mm-hmm.
Jack ate three pizzas. However, he's not full.
Mm-hmm.
I finished cleaning my room. Still, I haven't taken out the trash yet.
Very good. Perfect. So as you see, there are other words that we can implement to our vocabulary whenever we are writing to make it more formal and to even make it sound more American writing. Okay?
Mhm.
So please remember all these words. Now, let's please move on. And well, again, here we have the last four sentences. No more, please, with the
Okay.
same transitions. Thank
Uh,
you.
mhm. Greg is in really good shape. Mm, Still, he gets sick all the time. Despite that, even so, mm,
All right. Let's please read on your statements.
Okay. I finished cleaning my room, still I haven't taken out the trash yet.
Mhm,
They are brothers, however, they fight almost every day.
mhm.
Greg is in really good shape. Still, he gets sick all the time. They argue for hours. Even so, they finally came to an agreement.
Perfect. Amazing. So, well, this is it for transitions, and I hope that you can remember all of them. You can always watch on the recordings if you want.
Mhm.
And, well, don't forget to use them, all right, in your essays. All right. Now, let's please start with the reading and speaking. We did also speaking on this one, but we are also going to practice on speaking in the next model. Let's see. Oh, okay. So, well, the first thing we are going to review on this one, it's a conversation practice, right? About the simple past tense. Well, let's please begin with this one. And well, let's begin even with this one is better. So on this new model, um, Anita, you're going to be more focusing on the reading and conversation practice, which is also called speaking. All right, we are going to try to focus more on reading and speaking as well. And for the final day, for your final exam, you are going to be preparing an oral presentation about any topic of your preference. All right, that will be your final exam.
Okay.
Yes. All right, let's please begin. So here we have a conversation practice about learning English. And well, here we have the first question. This one, please. How long have you been learning English and how long will you keep learning English?
Mm, well, first I knew about the first time I knew about English was on a school, I guess. Yes, on school. Um, if I count since that time, I would say almost 10 or 12 years. But I have been learning specifically English since I'll say last year. Yes, since last year. And how long will I keep learning? I believe that learning is not a matter of time. You learn through a lot of period of time. So I think I will keep learning every single day until I like dominate English.
Mhm. All right, perfect. Yes, indeed. No, learning anything will requires practice, and I think the specific timing it will depend on how you do. But anyways, if you do excellent or good or whatever, you still have to keep on learning.
Yeah.
All right. So why are you learning English? Explain.
I have been telling you, Miss, that my dream is to study abroad and
Mhm.
specifically to study a master degree. And in order to study that, I need to learn English or Japanese.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Perfect.
But I
Wow.
prefer,
So you will learn also Japanese?
I hope so. But
That's amazing.
yeah, I want to have, like I already told you, a master in biotechnology, and I
Hmm.
have been like searching information about that master. There are two countries that have the highest score in that master, and those ones are the United States and Asia,
Mm.
specifically Japanese, I think, or China. I don't remember exactly, but yeah.
All right, okay. Well, that's amazing.
Hmm.
And here, the next question. How often do you use English outside the classroom? And do you think this is enough? How could you practice more?
Well, in my case, I try to like use like social media, everything in English. My cell phone, for example, is the settings of my cell phone is in English, and also I watch movies, uh, sitcoms, and everything in English. I also read articles in English too. And do I think it's enough? No, I don't think it's enough. I prefer to practice like face to face with other people, and I think that's the best way to get better.
I agree with you. Yes, indeed. What do
Mhm.
you find difficult when learning English? Discuss.
Mm, the reading section, yeah.
Okay.
Uh, I already told you, Miss, that I took the TOEFL IBT, and I found the reading section so difficult. I was like, my head will explode. I think that's the best. Like, how can I describe my feeling when I was there? I had a headache. I had fever when I was doing the reading section.
Oh my
The
goodness.
vocabulary was so difficult. But because everything was like history of America, and I was like, oh my goodness, I don't know anything about this.
Okay.
Mhm.
And well, according to you, which is the most important, grammar or vocabulary? Explain why and share your ideas.
Mm, I think both of them go together because if you know vocabulary, you will know reading, and if you know reading, you will know grammar. So I think everything is connected. I don't think like one is more important to the other one. Everything is everything. All of them are important because if you learn all of them, you will basically know English.
Exactly. That's the way it is. All right. So all of them complement, right,
Yeah.
to each other.
Mhm.
All right. What or who motivates you to learn English? Like comparing with other people.
Mm, I have been asking myself that question: what motivates me? And I think one of my professor in the university talked to me and said like, if you want to be one important, how he said something like, if you want to be like one important people, like if you want to contribute to your country, the first thing you need to do is study abroad and come to your country and help them. That's what he did. So he motivated me to be like him because he's the best in the university I studied.
All right, okay. Well, that's amazing that you're following your teacher's steps.
Yeah.
That's very good. So he's like your mentor, we would say.
Yes, he's my mentor. I still talk to him every week, I will say, because he keeps asking me, "Did you search universities?" And I also tell him like, not yet, but I'm searching like slowly."
All right.
And he also uh, send messages to me in English, so he always try to correct every single error I have in my writing part. So, mhm.
Well, that's even better.
Mhm.
That's so nice. All right. Well, let's please go on to, well, all right, this one. What kind of classroom activities do you like most?
Mm. Classroom activity. I prefer well, in my case, I prefer to practice like conversations and so on, and yeah, that's the yeah, that's the first one. The second one I will say like grammar section when we do grammar.
Hmm.
I love
Yeah.
that. And when I learn new vocabulary, yes, that will be the third one.
All right. So that's a plus.
Mm-hmm.
All right. How do you memorize new vocabulary or grammar rules?
Oh. In my case, I write the new vocabulary that I learned in small papers and I try to read them every single day. So I have like what's the name of it? Flashcard? No. What's the name of
Yes.
it?
Flashcards?
Yeah, flashcard. I have that.
Oh, well, that's a great way of learning.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What could a teacher do to make lessons more interesting? Give suggestions.
Oh, I don't know if I tell you, Miss, but actually, I'm taking a master degree in science education. Have I told you that?
No, you didn't. Well, that's amazing.
Yes, I'm. Yes, I believe that a teacher needs to be first. He or she needs to know what they are teaching, because if you don't like know what like what things you will say to students, even though you know a little bit, they will also learn just a little bit. So you need to practice every single day. Also, you need to be dynamic in a way too.
Mhm.
I will say those ones. And also, you need to be able to communicate all your ideas to your student. Because even though you know a lot of things, if you don't know how to like give those uh, like things that you know, it will be a knowledge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's something that happens commonly. For example, we have great professionals that on the working area or field area, they develop themselves pretty well. But on
Mm-hmm.
the teaching field, it's like they lack, no, of
Yeah.
many things. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So teaching is not for everyone, no matter how good you can be.
Yes, that's true.
It's you need to have a passion about it. You need to have the willing, the passion to do it, no
Mm-hmm.
matter the topic, or no matter how many titles you may have.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, that's perfect. Yeah. And I remember now that you mentioned about your masters when I was doing my masters 4 years ago. I
Mm-hmm.
was, or 3 years ago, not too long apart, but when I was doing my master's, I remember I was having this personality as teacher. And I don't know if you know him. He's very famous for his reporting career. He was an ex-pilot. He studied aviation and he worked in aviation, but then he didn't. He decided to be a reporter, journalist, and well, he studied journalism as well and law and everything at the university. He has a lot of different recognisements and everything. So when I had this model with him at my master's,
Mm-hmm.
I realized that well, whenever you hear his like every report or journalism column that he writes, and when he talks in the radio, it's very important and interesting to listen to him. I'm talking about, hablo del, ay, se me fue el nombre, y trabajaba en la Unifrance, en La Paz. Ay, he's a tall man and now he works in Radio Fides. What is his name? I just forgot. And he's very handsome. He's very tall,
Oh,
good looking.
oh, I
He's on
haven't seen
TV.
him yet.
He's on TV.
Let me
Oh
see.
my goodness. I just had the name and I forgot.
Mm,
Hmm. Well, I don't know. Oh my goodness. I just forgot his name. But he, like everyone knows him. Oh my goodness. What is his name? Here, John Arandia.
Ah, yeah, I know
Yeah.
him, but I don't think he's still giving classes.
Yes, he's not.
Yes.
But I will say, I'm not saying that he's a bad teacher, right? I'm saying
Mhm.
he's good. He's good. But like I I was used to admire him more, when I didn't know him because I know he wants to transmit a lot of things, but in the end he talks about a lot of different things and he doesn't transmit a full idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the same with Victor Hugo Cárdenas. He was a great professor at my master's degree. I will say that he has a lot of knowledge, but he it wasn't very focused, no? Like he gave us a lot of information. Like his classes were amazing. And our classes were from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. in the afternoon. And
Mhm.
no one wanted to stand up, not even for lunch, because he has a lot of information in his brain. Oh my God, he really knows. And also my master's was in education and also administrative, like curricula design and everything. So he has definitely a lot of information from the education in our country. So his classes were amazing, but I think it was just too much for just one model. It was very heavy to
Oh,
review on all the information. Although it was amazing, I'm not saying that they're bad, but it's as we were saying, no, like teachers have to
yeah.
also determine on the specific timing that they have because you could easily just extend and expand however you would like to, but there's some times in which you just have to make pauses and just maybe write down what you are going to teach. Of course you would like to maybe explain more and give more details, more information to your students, but sometimes the timing doesn't work with you. So also being a teacher, it's about coordinating timing, right? In order to your students to have a more focused idea and not just to have a bunch of information and then not knowing what to do with it. You know what
Yes.
I mean? It's like,
Yes.
but I will
Mm.
say that they were amazing teachers. And of course, at the end, we wanted to have Carlos Mesa, because imagine, oh my goodness, we were waiting and expecting, but then he was with other issues and he couldn't at the end, but he was amazing. I will say that we had 2 months then with Victor Hugo Cárdenas, which was a great, great professor, and also el rector de la Católica. Oh my goodness, I forgot his name. De la Católica de aquí, from Cochabamba. And he was also another personality. He worked in many universities around Bolivia and also, but he was very disciplined with his timing, with his teaching, with his practices. Everything was
Is that
specifically like set up.
Marco Antonio Fernandez?
No,
No, it's not him.
here I will tell you his name. I think he's still, and he studied abroad also. He studied in the States. He studied in Europe.
Oh.
Where is it? Oh my goodness, Reiki. Here, is this person. I will tell you his name right now. Oh my goodness, no way. I don't know how come I forgot their names, but because there were so many teachers.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor Alfonso Villarreque.
Ah, yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh my goodness, this man also with a lot of information in some of his classes. He wanted to also he whenever he gave you like biography or information about books, he will tell you the books in English. Like this book is in English and the translation version is not right. So you should maybe review on the English version like this. His head was like a library.
Yeah.
He knew which books were better in English and which ones were better in Spanish. So I will say that oh my goodness, he's a great, great professional as well. Yeah. So as you said before, there are three things, no, that professors have to do.
Mhm.
Is like working on the timing and like maybe limiting your teaching, not limiting on the bad way, no, on the
Mhm.
good way, that maybe
Yeah.
you have to understand that your students um are not going to be able to research and to go over or through all the information that you would like to give them, no, because it's different whenever you are teaching a model and you know what you want to do. For example, in model 14, I know that you have to practice reading and conversation. So I'm going to focus only on these things, right? Of course, that I would like to keep on working with writing and everything, but eventually you will also do some writing on the practices as well. But see, it's another way, no, on finding how to work and what is the objective or the goal from a model, because all of them have one. So
Yeah.
although you can be great professional, sometimes it's just not finding, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I love about Biarreque that he used to bring his own assistant to classes, his own secretary, because he said, because you guys are students, like are my student right now, and we are doing like a master's. I think that we have to work as professionals. Therefore, I will have a secretary coming with me to all of my classes so she can record and everything whenever you guys are taking the tests and everything, because I really like to do it the old way. Like I want my students to know. And to all of the students who used to sit in the back, he used to call them Perkins. Perkin number one, come here. And he used to take a quiz in front of all of the class, like an oral exam, whenever that he wanted. especially to all of these people who didn't used to see like and participate in every. He was in charge of everything. I was impressed by that because he was talking about a topic and then, okay, you are not paying attention, so please, you're going to answer this, or you're going to do a research on this, and next class you're going to give your research to my secretary, and my secretary will check it, and I will see the final, like, I will see only the corrections of my secretary, and I will let you know how you are doing. So it's like he
Mm.
used to have a secretary to help him because he really wanted to correct all of the assignments from all of us, and we were 34.
Oh,
So he told us, no, you guys are too many. So that's why I hire my own personal secretary, and she knows what I want specifically from each homework. So the only thing I do at the end is just check her observations. And of course, if she doesn't do a great job, I find another secretary. So we were like, wow,
my
wow.
God.
Oh my God. Like experiences, right? That you learn. All right. Let's please move to the next one. Is it more important to speak fluently without pauses or thinking, or accurately without making mistakes? Why?
In my case, I think it's more important to speak accurately because people still will understand you. But imagine like the embarrassment you will feel when you make mistakes. I I really hate when people make mistakes, like also in Spanish. So I think it's more important to speak accurate instead of fluently because
Perfect.
yeah, if you keep trying and trying, you will time to time will speak also fluently.
Mhm. Yes, that's true. And well, do you think homework is useful or waste of time? What kind of homework do you prefer? Like homework in general.
hmm Mm, I think homework is useful. It's useful, but in in a context. I mean, like there are professors or teachers who give a ton of homework. So in that case, I think homework is a waste of time. But there are those like professors who give their students a specific assignments. So that's when I think like homework is useful. In my case, I prefer like homework that make me think instead
Hmm.
of just copy and paste. I prefer that homework, although I know that I will waste not waste. I will spend more time of it. I At the end of my assignment, I will say I did it, and now I know more about this topic instead of just copying and pasting.
Hmm. All right. Well, that's perfect. And let's please move on with the next one. Are dictionaries allowed during exams? And if not, should they be allowed? Specifically in English. Explain why.
Mm. It would be interesting if they are allowed, but but I don't think it's allowed now during exams.
Hmm.
Uh, because that's the part, also that's what an exam means. Like you need to know all of the things that will come to your exam. So I don't
Hmm.
think it will be necessary a dictionary.
All right. And also because you could be wasting your time, especially if you're in like in an exam, no? Imagine.
Imagine like searching every single word. Oh my
No
god.
way.
Yeah.
All right. And here the next question. What can you do to improve your English?
Mm, okay. I think if I want to improve my English, first I need to, like what I'm doing now, speak with others and try to express my ideas. The
Mhm.
second one, you need to be involved in English. You need to live with English, but it's not like only English, but also the languages you want to learn.
Mhm.
Like everything, like social
Yes,
media.
totally. How long does it take to become proficient in English? Like really good at?
Um,
How long do you
I think
think?
it all depends on the person who is studying English. Because if you're a genius, you just need like a, a month to become proficient in a language. But if you are like someone who doesn't catch ideas like quickly, you will at least need 2, 3 years. I think so. I don't know if it's
All right, okay. And do you prefer teachers who speak English only or teachers who sometimes use your language? What is best, you think, in your opinion?
I prefer teachers who speak English only because we are learning English. So I don't think it will be convenient to start like using your language because what you want to learn is English, not your language.
All right. And what do you think about your course book? Say what you like and don't like about it. For example, like the platform, the Pearson platform. What do you think about it?
I at first I was really frustrated because I couldn't access to my account,
Mm-hmm.
but then I kind of love it. Yes, I think it's
That's
really
nice.
convenient. It's really convenient because it has everything, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not like you start hating it. Instead of that, you start loving it. In my case, I really love the story of the listening. I was like, oh, what happened with this guy? Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. All right. And here, the next one. Have you ever been to an English speaking country or talked to a foreigner in English? Describe your experience.
In my case, I haven't been to an English. I haven't ever been to an English speaking country, but I talked to a foreigner in English one. I remember it was at Cine Center. I was
Mm-hmm.
waiting for my friend because we were supposed to see a movie. And then a woman show up and she started talking like a weird Spanish, you know. So he was like, I have an organization who help children. And well, she started speaking about that. And she showed me like the paper that where all the organization, what the organization had and everything. So after that, she said, oh my God, I can't speak Spanish. And she talked to me and she said like, excuse me, do you speak English? And I said, yes, a little bit. So we started speaking English, and that's the first time a person told me that my speaking was really good. And she told me that if I was from Bolivia. She thought like I was from another country and I came here to study something.
Oh, wow. Well, that's a pretty great compliment. That's nice. Yes, because remember, and I told you also on the first class when I had with you, you were
Mhm.
speaking perfectly fine. I was like, really? Are you taking A12? Because I think we met at A12 or A10?
A
A11?
11.
A11. I was like, really? Like, because you are able to understand and speak fluently and perfectly. So I was like also wondering.
Mhm.
But later on, when you explained what you wanted to do, I was like, oh, I see.
Yeah.
That's great. All right. So learning English is a complete waste of time. I will never use it later, anyways. Do you agree?
I totally disagree with the statement that you mentioned
Hmm.
because in my ways it's not a waste of time. Instead of that, is a dream, is an accomplish. I want to catch sometime, and I think I will be able to do. I don't know if it's this year, the next year, or like 2 years after, but I will.
Well, that's great. And that's amazing that you think that way, that you will accomplish everything that you want. And I know that you will succeed. Like, really. I totally know. And I think that all of the students should take on count these very importantly because they sometimes think that learning is just, oh, okay, I will learn for now and then. That's it. But no, you learn a language for life.
Yeah.
If you are truly and willing to do it, you will do it for life, not only for a specific period of time. So I really love your commitment, Anita, and well, I was able to see it throughout all these months that we spent. There were not too many, there were few, but yes, and you can see as a teacher who which of your students will achieve what they want and which ones are going to stay on the way and they need more like like a pushback, like a kick to move forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very sure that you will accomplish. All right, well, this was our conversation practice for learning English. And there is also something very important that I wanted to tell you. It's that remember that we were missing a class
Yeah.
and we postponed it. And
Mm-hmm.
well, I talked with the coordinator as you told me, and well, I told her if it was possible for you just to move your that class till the end. So instead of saying like reschedule
Mm-hmm.
for this week, you are just going to have one more extra day of classes.
Oh, that would be perfect.
Yes, so
That would
she will just add another extra day. So if for example we had to finish on Monday, we are going to finish on Tuesday.
oh, perfect.
Yes, on the same schedule. So we are going to work on the same schedules.
Okay.
All right, so that's good for you.
Mm-hmm. That's
All
good.
right, perfect. So then you don't have to worry about rescheduling because I understand sometimes when you work and we
Yeah.
already have some time set up. So totally understand. And
Mm-hmm.
well, something that I we can do in order to go forward, I would like you to work on this practice
Okay.
and you can take it as homework, all right? Because we're not going to have the time to do it. So you could do it at any time that you want. Just save the link, please. And this is a reading practice, all right?
Oh.
And yes, and we are going to continue on tomorrow. This is just for practicing, all right? So
Mm-hmm.
don't you worry. And well, just do this reading. And well, we are going to see each other on tomorrow. Now, please, if you could do on the survey to finish our class. Thank you very much. All right, Anita. Well, thank you very much and see you tomorrow. If you can and if you have the time to do this reading, you do it. If you cannot, then just it's not a problem. We can also do it tomorrow. Okay?
Okay, Miss. I will try.
Don't worry. All right. If you don't have the time, don't worry. It's perfectly fine.
Okay, Miss.
All right. Well, have a great day and see you tomorrow.